Hey, my name's Eric Grzybowski. Thanks for taking some time out of your day to take a look at this company. If you're anything like I was, you had a friend say, I got something you gotta see, and you weren't quite sure what you were about to look at. So I'll get right into it for you. The name of our company is called World Ventures. Our motto is to make a living, living. As a company, we do two simple things. First thing I can show you is how to travel the world at wholesale instead of paying retail, and the second thing I can show you is how to add a stream of income on top of what you already got going. Here's a bunch of the different accolades we got so far as a company. The biggest one for me was Ernst & Young. See, in 2010, they named our founders finalists for the Entrepreneur of the Year award. Well, why that was so important is because they do professional research. Before that happened, my buddies used to say they like it, but they had to go do their research, which we all know consists of Googling it and believing whatever pops up. Not quite as professional as Ernst & Young, and I figured if they were willing to put their name on this company, I couldn't personally out-research Ernst & Young, so that was good enough for me. Here's all the travel partners that have also researched and partnered up with us, pretty much all the big boys in travel. We do business in all 50 states or in America plus 29 countries. The business model is simple. It's just like Sam's Club or Costco. So everybody knows Sam's Club. You pay a membership, and then they give you a card in the mail. And what the card does is it allows you to go inside the club and buy in bulk. So you might buy 400 rolls of toilet paper. And when you buy 400 rolls of toilet paper at once, it costs you less than if you go to the gas station and buy 10 rolls of toilet paper. We all get how it works. So we took that business model that's good enough for 150 million people to pay a little to save a lot on groceries and did with a product that's sexy, that people actually want, called vacations. So our membership is called Dream Trips. You can get your Dream Trips membership today just like you can get your Sam's Club membership today. The difference is now you get to travel the world at wholesale instead of buy groceries at wholesale. One membership is good for your entire family, so the bigger the family, the more you save, and if you're single, it's a plus one, so you can take a different guest on every trip. Here's a few examples. This is a $189 cruise that we do 3 times every single month. Yep, the entire cruise is 189 bucks, and that includes your food. So when I looked at that, I said, how is that possible? How do they get some of these prices? And the way it was explained to me is they said, look at it like buying a bottle of water. So if I go to the gas station and I buy one bottle of water, it might cost me $1.09. But I go to Sam's Club, I might buy a case of 35 bottles of water, and it might break down to 17 cents a bottle. Well, the real question is, what did Sam's Club pay? Because they went to Aquafina's warehouse, and they bought the whole warehouse at once. Well, they might pay 2 or 3 cents a bottle and sell it back to us for 17 cents. Well, World Ventures buys travel like Sam's Club buys water. So for example, we might call Carnival or Royal Caribbean and buy 7,000 cabins with one phone call. Say, hey, we want 500 on every ship you got going out until our 7,000 are used up. What price can you give us versus Joe Blow's on Expedia right now buying one? That's how they get the price down so low, and they take all the savings and get back to the members. You just got to be a member to go. Here's an all-inclusive example in Riviera Maya for $199. That's all your food, all your drinks. They also pick you up at the airport, take you to and from the airport included in one price. South Beach, the Bentley Hotel, one of the best places you can stay. The Hyatt Regency in Maui, kids are actually free on this one. Tour of China with airfare. Punta Cana, this is the Hard Rock. It's just an unbelievable property. This included a $750 resort credit, plus it was already all-inclusive. If you love sports, you'll love this membership. We do all the major sporting events with tickets, and we're also passionate about giving back. We have our own foundation called World Ventures Foundation, and to date, we've built over 60 schools in Guatemala, and now we're building dream courts, which are basketball courts in the inner city all throughout America, so kids have a safe place to play. Oprah took notice and actually featured us in her O magazine. And we all know when Oprah puts her name on something, it turns to gold. So we're happy to partner up with her. We also have hunting and fishing trips and spa trips for the ladies, so there's something for everyone. The way it works when you book one of these trips, they actually give you 7 days to shop it. So you can call any travel agent, you can go to any sneaky website, you find the same trip you just paid for 1 penny cheaper, they send you on the trip, and they put every dime back into your bank account. For the first 5 years, that's all we had. And they put an initial price on that of $100 one time and then $25 a month to maintain your membership. 4.5 years ago, they introduced the second piece of this called Dream Trips Gold. And what this does is gives everybody their own website. So your website's literally up right away. All you have to do is name it. You never have to touch it again. And this is for all your other types of travel. So, for example, you might have to do a flight for business or a hotel to go see family members. Well, they're not necessarily a dream trip if you're going to Little Rock, Arkansas, let's say, but it's still travel you have to book somewhere. So instead of booking on Expedia like you used to, you get to book on your own website, and now you receive the commission. In addition to what the Expedias and the Travelocities have, we give you 2 apps. The first one's called My Deals, and what this does is saves you every day. There's over 2,000 restaurants on there. There's oil changes, there's haircuts. You save 20 to 50% off all the things you're doing anyway. Ladies usually like this part. You get your own mall. So all the places you're shopping at anyway, you can keep shopping there, but now there's over 1,000 of those stores that are on your website, and if you just buy them through your website, you actually get paid money you can use to go travel for things you're buying anyway. And I know everyone has had at least one day where they felt like they deserved their own personal assistant. Well, today you get yours. So it's a live person you can call on a 1-800 number, and they're unlimited. You call them as many times as you want, and they're a real person that answers the phone and calls you by name. You can ask driving directions, restaurant reservations, wake-up calls, whatever you want. They're your personal assistant. It's 24/7, and they live in America, and they actually speak English, which is nice. So for everything I've talked about so far, it's $200. Then the company takes your $200, and as a thank you, they activate your account and they give the money back to you. Now you can use the money you put in dollar for dollar. You just have to use it to experience one of our dream trips. There's a monthly of $50. I'm going to show you how to waive in 1 second. But let's say worst case scenario, you never waived your monthly. Every dime you put in goes in that vacation savings account. And at the end of 1 year, you can use that money dollar for dollar to book a dream trip. So this is what we're doing. We're creating a forced savings account, so you just put a little bit away each month and you barely even notice it. And now at the end of every year, you can go on your website, you can pick out your dream trip, and you go on the trip of a lifetime yearly. So that's what we do. Now I'm going to flip gears on you. I'm going to show you how we do it, how we make the money, and what I'm so excited about. When I was in your chair, I was 24 years old, and I was doing real estate, and I had no idea about travel. I'd been on an airplane once in my entire life. But what the first thing they told me about travel is that was the largest industry in the world. The second thing they said was baby boomers. See, there's thousands of ways we can make money, and I'm open to multiple streams of income. I was just like, why this? Well, when they said baby boomers, I know that the baby boomers spend about 2/3 of dollars in America. Well, now they're starting to hit retirement age. Well, you want to stay with industries that are staying in front of those baby boomers. And the only 2 industries left are healthcare and travel. Travel sounded more fun than healthcare, so we're doing this one. What we're looking for today is some people that want to help us spread the word. So if you're brand new and you want to help us spread the word, you get paid 6 more ways on top of just having the website. Now you don't have to do this part. If you just like one or both the products and you just want to become a customer today, great. Just become a customer and come travel with us. Also, you don't have to become a customer. You can literally spend $100 and $11 a month and start building a business with us. Most people that come on board decide to get everything. So if you want to get everything and you're 26 years old and older, the most you can spend is $360. If you're 18 to 25, you can get started for $153. So it's 48 cents a day, or at the most, it's $1 a day. Now this is the time where I tell you to pause and think about all the dumb ways all of us that are listening to this have spent the amount of money I'm talking about. I know 2 trips to Target ladies have done that. I know I bought a purse for a girl I'll never date again. She still got the stupid purse, guys, and it cost me more than this. So the best way we can spend money is not on stuff, but on ways that can create more money back into our bank account. With this end of it, you get the DVD with this presentation right on it. So it's a simple system, so all you got to do is what your friends do it. They just put you on a website. It's not taking a lot of time. They're just sharing an idea with you, and if you decide to get started, they get paid. Well, you can do the same thing with your contacts all over the world, or you can show them right in person with a DVD. This guy had a similar idea. So everybody knows Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook. See, I got into Facebook right when it was getting started. And I remember actually getting made fun of for having a Facebook account because MySpace was so much cooler back then. Well, things change. I was speaking in London, England last February, and there was 4,000 people listening to me do this presentation, and they were interpreting 11 different languages as I was speaking. But when I said Facebook, there was no translation needed. Everybody knew what I was talking about because now Facebook, if it were a country, would be the 3rd largest country in the entire world. And I always ask people, how did he do it? Did you see any Facebook billboards? Did you see any TV ads or radio ads? Because I know I didn't. But I remember the word he put on his website when I joined 11 years ago. Invite. That was it. He wanted me to invite my friends. He figured they'd invite their friends and they'd invite their friends. Okay, well, I did. And I stuck with them. And now guess what? None of my friends are on MySpace. They're all on Facebook. And we got them all. Yet he's never sent me one check for helping build his company and inviting all my friends. What you're looking at, World Ventures, we have one goal and one goal only. We want to take this company and turn it into the Facebook of travel. But here's the difference. Tonight we're asking you to become a member before it's a household name, before everybody's heard of it. And we want you to invite your friends that you want to travel with or you want to make money with to become members. We turn World Ventures into Facebook of travel, we get paid. and the ones that are here now have an opportunity to get the biggest piece of the pie. Now they give you a second website to help you do this as well, so this is for the busy people. See, when I saw this, if I said, are you busy? Or if somebody asked me or asked you, hey, are you busy? We're all raising our hands, right? Well, I didn't know if I had time for one more thing on my plate, but what I learned is it wasn't as much about my time as my contacts. See, in my first 3.5 hours, I made $1,200. And all I did is I called my friends and I said, hey, I just found something that's pretty cool. They said, what is it? I just said, it's a website. I just had them click number 2 on that website right there, and it played them a 14-minute video showing them what I'm showing you. And then I called them back and I said, hey, did you like it? So if you're seeing this for the first time and you like it, you're not weird. Most people that see it at some point decide to do it because it makes sense. It's logical. And every time you show someone, they say, yeah, I want in, the company gives you $100 to go on a dream trip. Where the big money starts to come together is what we call team building bonuses. So at World Ventures, we have a binary structure. Now, binary is just one of those fancy words, and all it means is 2. You get a left team and a right team. Now, I'm a college dropout, so I'm not a fancy word guy, but I am a sports guy. So I looked at it like this. I'm the captain, I'm picking teams. When you start, you're the captain, you pick your teams. Nobody knows your friends better than you do. So if you have 2 go-getters, you just want to put them on opposite teams. You have 2 teams that go forever. Your goal is to pick evenly. So the first thing you do is go show 4 people that say yes. As soon as you do that, the company takes every dime of those monthlies and they're gone. So now you own a website that competes with Expedia and Travelocity. Anytime you or anybody you know goes there, you get paid. You got Dream Trips Gold, so you can go on as many of those vacations as you want. And you have a personal assistant unlimited 24/7, and it costs you $0 going forward. Now this is where I got a little skeptical, because it almost sounded too good to be true. But I had a friend tell me, you can be rich or you can be skeptical, but you can't be both. Because the definition of poor is to pass over opportunity repeatedly. See, most people I meet that are too skeptical are also too broke. Personally, I would rather be rich than skeptical. And I believe skepticism comes from ignorance. Now, this industry is called network marketing. I was ignorant when I was in your chair because I never had one course on it. Did you? I never read one book about it. Did you? My first day in World Ventures, I went to the bookstore and I got physically mad because I saw all the people who had wrote books about network marketing, and they were all my financial heroes. See, Robert Kiyosaki, I read his book when I was 19. He changed my life. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's the #1 personal finance book of all time. He now calls this the perfect business, and at the next big event in World Ventures, Robert Kiyosaki is actually coming to speak, and he now endorses World Ventures. So I don't know about where you're from, but where I'm from, when Robert Kiyosaki, the mentor to the millionaires, endorses something, that's called a clue. Warren Buffett, who you see now owns 4 network marketing companies. Well, we can all agree Buffett, Trump, and Kiyosaki are a little better businessmen than Eric and all his buddies. So I figured if it was good enough for those men to put their name on it, it was good enough for us. And that's what made me go all in. Magic number in our company is 6. You make 6 personal sales in any 28-day period, and they give you a $250 bonus. But here's the key. We're not inviting you to do this on your own. We want you to be part of our team. And when you join our team, you get paid off of us, not just you. So every time there's 3 sales on your left and 3 sales on your right, maybe you're making those sales. Maybe I'm doing it. Maybe your friend who invited you on this website's doing it. Maybe somebody you show is doing it. It doesn't matter. We're a team. And every time it tracks 3 left, 3 right, it's another $200. So here's our simple system. We say the same thing to everybody we meet. If you're listening to this, you know 100 people we don't know. We want to meet 10. One way of doing it, put them on a website just like this and show them. One way of doing it, throw a party at your house and show 10 at once and hook this up to the TV in your living room. Another way, show them at Starbucks. We don't care. We just know the numbers. On average, when we show 10, 4 say no, but 6 say yes. And why we focus on the number 6 is the least you can make is $1,250. So you get $450 cash. We get paid every single Friday. Your fees are waived after 4, so you never put another dime in, and you got $800 to go on a dream trip. Then what we do is we meet your 6, and we just help them do the same thing. Here's the cool part. You get paid off of whatever you start, not what you finish. So in this example, you showed the 6 in the blue, but then they showed people you didn't even know. And every time there's 3 and 3, you get $200. When you have 12 join your team in any one month, the company says you can go pick out a silver BMW. They'll pay up to from $300 all the way up to $900 as your team starts to grow towards that BMW. If you don't want the BMW, you can just take the cash. Well, 12 can talk about travel faster than you by yourself, right? 3 left, 3 right, get paid. 3 left, 3 right, get paid. It's kind of like kicking a snowball down a hill. The bigger it gets, the faster it goes, and it could hit a point where it gets so big you couldn't even stop it if you try. Now, people always ask me why I said yes my first night. The number one reason I did it is because it cost $1 a day. Let's get real, guys. If it doesn't work, we're all going to survive. I was in Chicago last week, and $360 was parking and dinner for three. That's what we're talking about here. The second reason I did was for residual income. Residual income is getting paid today for work you did in the past. It's the only way to truly get time and money freedom at the same time. With our company, when you build a team to 30 left, 30 right, not you personally getting 60, you got to get 4. But when the team gets to 30-30, they'll start paying residual income. It's a check that comes on the 15th every month. It's not based off of any work you did this month. It's based off whatever you've done in your past. The bigger the team, the bigger the check. At 90-90, you hit a level called director. That level averages an extra $1,500 a month in pay. What would that do? That level changed my life. See, within my first 5 months, I was able to accomplish that. And when I accomplished that, I was able to earn an extra $1,500 a month, whether I worked or not, and it paid my house and my car, and it took all the stress away. Now, every company goes through 4 phases of growth, and I'm almost done. This graph's important. It talks about timing. Dr. Charles King developed this graph about network marketing companies, and he said 98% of these companies fail in what he calls formulation, or that very first phase. Because we might have heard of a friend or family member getting into something like this, and usually you just hear about it for a little while and it fizzles away because the company was not properly prepared or is just a startup company. He says if you can find a company that's done $50 million or more in revenue in one single year, you enter phase 2 called concentration. And at concentration, you go to over a 90% chance of becoming a household name and less than a 10% chance of failure. Okay, well, the household names in our industry we've all heard of: Pampered Chef, Melaleuca, Herbalife, ACN, 5 Links, Body Magic. I could sit here all night. Avon, Mary Kay. And if I asked you tonight if you can get into Mary Kay and become a millionaire, a lot of people laugh at me. But the truth is, a lot of the female millionaires in America were created through Mary Kay. They just joined 40 or 50 years ago before we all heard of makeup and pink Cadillacs. Well, what if this is the Mary Kay of travel, but we appeal to men and women? Because I ain't selling makeup. We got the largest industry in the world, and it's actually fun to vacation and take your friends on vacation with you, and for once we're early enough where we can get our piece of it. We're a full income disclosure company, so there's no secrets. It is what it is. In the 4th column over, it says average commissions and overheads. That's the average of what you can expect to make at each and every rank. I've worked very hard at this company, but it's given me very big results. I've been able to hit a level where they've given me $1 million ring for making over $1 million in a 12-month time period. Now that's not typical, okay, but it is possible because I'm a college dropout from a town in Minnesota where there's more cows than people, and I've never done this before, and the only reason I showed up to see this presentation is because the girl who invited me was hot. So my point is, if you're going to quit everything you start, don't start. Just do the vacations. Okay? If you're looking for a get-rich-quick deal, don't do it. Okay? But if you're somebody that's willing to put in the effort, the big money is possible, and you can get time and money freedom with this concept. As we finish up, I want to make sure you understand that timing and placement is key, because I didn't understand this my first night because I've never done this before. Your friend's showing you, but obviously we're not just showing you. We're offering you the next best position on our team. When you get it, you own it. So it's like buying a piece of real estate. It's sellable, willable, and transferable, but it goes fast. Some people like it, but they go, I got to think about it. And that's fine. That doesn't matter to us. Whenever you decide you want to get this thing done, we're going to be right here to help you get it done. But if your friend was showing a guy named Jay, and Jay decided to pop in and said, $360, you can't start a lemonade stand for that. Worst case scenario, I can use most of my money and just take it towards a dream trip. And then you come back tomorrow, you're now on Jay's team. What I didn't understand is you don't miss just Jay, you miss everything he ever brings to the table. In this hypothetical example, Jay shows one who shows one, and Scott shows up. Well, if Scott goes out there and makes 1,000 sales, you don't benefit from any of that because you got in after Jay instead of before. Timing is the most critical thing in every business in the world, but especially a binary structure. The pricing that you see on the left is for people who just want one product plus the business. The pricing you see on the right is for people who want both products plus the business. When they got to the end of my first night, I had 2 questions. I said, do I have to sign any contracts? They said no. And I said, what if I want to quit? Can I just quit, or do I have to keep paying? They said, the day you don't want to be a member, just call the company and take your own information out. If you don't want to be a member, we don't want you to be a member. You never pay another dime in. So I was in because I said, it's $360. What if it works? See, if it didn't work, I figured it'd bother me for about 90 days and I'd forget I did it. But what if it works? What if we do become the Facebook of travel, or just the Mary Kay of travel? and I had an opportunity to get on something before everybody had already heard about it, and I said no because of a stupid dollar a day. I figured I'd kick myself for a long time. I've never been a shoulda, coulda, woulda type. I've been taught that you need to take as many shots as you can in this life. And if you've taken a few shots and failed a few times, who cares? So have I. That doesn't make you a failure. The day you fail is the day you stop shooting, and that's not me. I'm going to try till the day I die, and I've already made my mind up. So if you see what I see and you see what your friend sees, call them up right now and tell them I want your next best available position. Get locked in and then watch the Fast Start training on this very website so we can teach you exactly how to get your business started the right way. Thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it.